So yes, you can find this recording via the blog site on my YouTube channel. If and the meditation, I record the meditation separately. If you want to listen to either of them later. Okay, so I thought I found a little quote by Sayadaw U Tejaniya that I'd written on a list of potential topics for the drop-in, and today seemed like the good day. So yeah, we're looking for this light, open quality of awareness to be as continuous as possible without making that a strain, but over time for it to be more and more continuous. But we're looking for the awareness to have this continuity rather than the objects that we're aware of. And what Utejaniya is saying, that it can be a common mistake in going for continuity to focus on the objects rather than the awareness. So this is not like the mindfulness of breathing where we choose a particular object, the breath. We choose the breath to sort of help the concentration grow and become more and more stable. This is when we're doing this practice of receptive awareness. So it's one object after another. There's a sound, there's a sight, there's a thought. And we become more and more aware of this sort of string of objects, if you like. And the sometimes the I can't think of the word, the wish is to build continuity through focusing on these experiences, these objects. It's easier and they're more tangible than the awareness or that which is knowing them. Um, and why this can be a problem is because the objects in themselves are likely to cause some reaction in the mind, because we like some of them and we don't like some others. So if the focus is on the object, it allows more space for that reactivity to be stimulated. Uh, it's nice music. My neighbour's playing while I'm meditating. There may be a little bit of irritation, or there may be oh, I quite like that. Oh, that reminds me of that. So we get stimulated in one way or another towards greed or towards aversion usually, or we don't notice. So we're more stimulated towards delusion. So we don't want to sort of unwittingly stimulate reactivity through our meditation, obviously. Um, we need to have a clear awareness that's knowing these objects, and that needs to have an element of wisdom in it, an element of right view. Um, but we also want to try and have this shift in focus more on the awareness, or at least recognizing that it's the awareness that is knowing all these experiences. So it's just a slight difference in emphasis. It's quite a subtle shift to emphasize in our experience the awareness side of the perceptual situation rather than the contents, the objects side. I was thinking it's a little bit like one of those reversible sort of dual images that you sometimes see. I also saw them called stereogram type of images, where if you look in a certain way, you see a vase, and you just shift your perception very slightly, and you see two faces, either side of this space in between. So it's a little bit like that with awareness and its objects. Um, so you can shift focus in different ways, but the main thing is remembering that the point of the practice is to recognize that knowing quality. But one quite sort of rational way is that you can just tell yourself, if I'm knowing that sound or that smell or that thought, that that's impossible without knowing. Knowing is already in that sentence. So it's already happening. And if we can recognize that, it makes it a lot easier. So there, yes, there's a sound, there's a sight, there's a smell, whatever it is. But without that knowing, that recognition that's already being brought to that experience, we wouldn't be aware of it. It would completely pass us by. So you can bear that in mind. Recognize that you're already aware, you're already knowing that experience. Um, as you see it, as you hear it, or as you think it, or think about it. So that's one way. It's a very sort of right view perspective, if you like. Um, and the other way is perhaps more on the awareness side. So really relaxing into the um, experience of being aware, or just relaxing back. And that helps us not reach out towards the experiences so much. So it enables a bit more of space. That is not that they're separate, but they do become more distinguishable objects from that which is knowing them. Um, and that's how it becomes more distinguishable will vary a little bit person to person, but certainly the feel of the awareness may become a bit more clear. Oh, recognizing awareness. We want to avoid, oh, I'm aware. We want to avoid that appropriation of me as the one who's making awareness happen. It's like, oh, awareness is present, or knowing is present. What does that feel like? And without trying to answer that question, we can have quite a good, there's a tangible feel, subtle, but it's there. Um, Something that actually occurred to me or happened to me while I was just thinking about this morning, and I was making some notes, was that I think it's Adyashanti, the teacher's Adyashanti. He talks about, and there's somebody else, Ajahn Sumedho. They talk about the sound of uh, awareness, or listening to the quality of awareness. So that might be a way in. That can lead to some quite interesting experiences. And what happened when I was thinking about this and writing um, yesterday, I had some music on that was in the background, and at one point there was a very clear experience of sound of the music, but very clear knowing of silence. So sound and silence happening at the same time. Not the first time I've had this experience, and it happens when the mind is quite relaxed, it's quite open. And yeah, and there's quite a strong sense of awareness present. Um, So yeah, we can use different senses to sort of open us up to knowing that quality, or prioritizing the quality of knowing rather than the objects. Just to say, sometimes in practice, uh, the all that you can, um, all that it feels like is capable is possible in that moment is knowing the objects. So that's what you do, but do it in with as much relaxation, as much settling back as possible. You can't sort of force the knowing of awareness, but at the same time, you can remind yourself that it will be there. It can't not be there because all these other things are being known. Okay, I hope that's clear. we'll hear from a few of you after the meditation yeah, so if you have any explorations around that, you can share those. But in the meantime, let's set up to meditate.